pocket party.
And we're back. Hey, everybody. It's your host, Darren Carter, the party starter. Do me a favor, subscribe to this podcast. That way you don't have to remember, like, oh, when's the new one coming out? You hit subscribe on whatever platform you're listening to, and that way you'll know, and it'll be right there waiting for you, that brand new episode. And I want to thank everybody for following me on Instagram and subscribing to the YouTube channel. You guys are incredible, man. Every time we get a comment on Instagram, it boosts that algorithm. Every time we get a comment on YouTube, same thing. It lets people know that people are interested, that they're listening. And right now we're calling Brian Swinehart, a.k.a. Swine Time.
Hey.
What's happening, Ohio?
Yo, what's up, DC? How you doing, man?
I'm good, buddy. I'm good, man. I know it's Christmas time, and I did a show last night. I was in Oxnard, California. If anybody saw us in Oxnard and you're listening, thank you so much, man. You guys were a rocking crowd. It was incredible. Dude, it was so good. And they had that giant Christmas tree, and you and I had played there about 5 years ago. And I remember seeing that Christmas tree, and I was like, oh man, that reminds me of Brian Swinehart. And I go, because I go, hey, Brian, check out this 2-story Christmas tree. And I remember you were like, I don't like Christmas. and I always thought about that. I'm like, who doesn't like Christmas? And then but I get it though. I get it. Some people don't like Christmas. But I got a question for you. You're going to be a father. Your son's going to be born in December, and I want to say it's going to be, the due date is sometime around, believe it or not, Christmas.
Yeah, the due date's December 26th. So, I mean, I don't know. He probably won't like Christmas either because it'll ruin his birthday.
Yeah, with that attitude. No, I was kidding. Damn, the apple don't fall far from the tree.
he ain't even born yet, and I'm telling you what to think.
Yeah. Well, he ain't gonna like Christmas neither. We're just a couple of Grinches. Here, son, chew on this raw onion.
Dad.
Yeah, that's hilarious.
Yeah. Yeah, dude. So, well, what I have a hard time with Christmas is that it's become everything but what it's supposed to be, and that I've never liked all the long time of Christmas songs before and after Christmas. It's just too much.
It's too much. Well, we'll get into that. I was curious though. I was wondering, and I thought about this last night. I wonder if this is a Christmas miracle, having a baby at Christmas time, and I'm just wondering if it's going to change your horrible attitude about Christmas.
Now I got to buy diapers. No, I'm dead, dude.
Wait, I'm sorry, the phone dropped. What'd you say? You got a what?
I said, oh, humbug. Now I got to buy diapers.
Oh. Yeah. Oh, my little boy left me a present inside this diaper.
So I'm hoping, it'll be nice. I'm looking forward to that part of my life. So we'll see. I don't know. I just was like, well, another thing too is for me, a California Christmas to an Ohio Christmas is different as well.
Yeah. How so? How would you describe it?
Well, to me, because I wasn't from California, it's more kind of a lonelier place.
Yeah.
And also it doesn't look like Christmas at all because It's like, palm trees and sunny, and there's not the kind of, I'm used to colder weather and stuff, and just kind of the different, I don't know. I just didn't feel like it was like, it reminded, every time Christmas came around there, it reminded me of how much far I was from home, too.
No,
how far I was from home.
I could see that. I remember when I was single and living in L.A., and, the whole goal of the entertainment business when you move to L.A. is to get something going, to get stage time, to get discovered, to get a break, to catch something that's going to move you forward. And the holidays can be very lonely here because it looked all sunny and happy, and the weather was phenomenal, but there was no auditions coming in. There was not a lot of shows that were, a lot of clubs were canceling for holiday parties, Christmas parties. You know, people were leaving town. So in a way it was good because like the traffic, there was less traffic, but I just remember going, man, I'm available, but there's nowhere to get on stage. And it just is like, it would have this angst feeling. And I could imagine as time would go by, the older you would get in that situation, it could just be, you know, like you said, unless you figure something out, it just sucks. Cause it's like a buddy of mine, he's young. He's like single, 32. And, I go, hey, you want to hang out later this week? And he opens up his phone, his Google Calendar, and he goes, yeah, I'm wide open, dude. I don't have anything until pretty much January. Like he's like, I'm okay with it because it's time to slow down and reflect. But it's, you know, I could see that if you're from somewhere else and, you know, you're seeing this giant Christmas tree and you're like, oh, okay, that's, you know.
Yeah, just kind of reminder how far you are from home, you know, like, it just kind of, because that's one thing, but it's supposed to be about getting to see your family and stuff like that. And, you know, so just a lot, I think that, a lot of those reasons for why in particular, you know, and even now though, I'm not like the biggest, like, okay, cause there's, you know, traffic around everything. Everybody's rushing to get their presents done and everything. So, but yeah, but California Christmases were I think were more hard on me, at least here.
Dude, that should be a good Christmas. You could write a country song about that, a California Christmas, and how depressing and sad it is.
Ooh, that's a good one.
That's a good one, you know, because, you know, listen, here's the thing, man. I love Christmas. I love, also comedically, I love Christmas. Like after Christmas, when people have their Christmas decorations up still, I do that bit where as I'm walking around and I see it, like, I'll be like, it's January 4th and we still celebrated Christmas. We ain't letting it go.
Yeah.
Ho, ho, ho.
Yeah.
And it's funnier as the months go on. It's like, damn, if I can, because I'm pretty good at finding them in December and then January and then February, then it starts to get a little thin in March. But every now and then you'll see, like, you know, I remember I was walking one time and I thought this dude was throwing up that West Side thing, you know, where you twist your fingers up, West Side. I thought it was like this black dude that was like, West Side. And as I got closer, I realized it was somebody had put like reindeer antlers in the passenger window. Yeah, I literally did not. I was like, "What is that hand sticking out?" And I was like, "Oh, they still got the antler." You know, when they put the antlers in each window, and then the red nose at the grill of the car.
Wow, they need a life, man.
Yeah, man, and it was still like after Christmas. That's what made it strange. But you know, I love Christmas music, and I've been listening to country music, and I thought, I wonder if there's like some old country Christmas playlists on Spotify. And I found some, and dude, there's some great country song. There's some great Christmas songs you probably aren't even aware of. Have you ever heard of a song called "Merry Christmas" from The Family? It was made famous by Montgomery Gentry. I'm going to give you a few of the lyrics. It's basically, it goes like this. It goes, "Mom got drunk and Dad got drunk at our." Basically, I'm not going to sing it, but it goes, "Mom got drunk, Dad got drunk at our Christmas party. We were drinking champagne punch and homemade eggnog. Little sister brought her new boyfriend. He was a Mexican. We didn't know what to think of him till he sang Feliz Navidad." Dude, it's so, dude, this song, like, it just hits home. It's like Brother Ken brought his kids with his 3 from his first wife, Lynn, and 2 identical twins from his second wife. And all she talked about was AA. She was chain smoking, and the stereo plays Noel, and it just really paints this picture of this family, man. like just trying to make the best of what they had.
Whew. Yeah, it sounds about right. People are all messed up. That's the reality of it during the holidays.
Yeah, dude, I got one more for you, man. You guys go look up this song. It's called "All I Want for Christmas Is My Daddy" by Buck Owens. It's a sad one, dude. It just all he wants is his father.
Oh, that's it.
Yeah. "Daddy won't be home this year." The little boy looked up and Mommy, and he cried. "All I want for Christmas is my daddy to help me decorate the Christmas tree. Tell old Santa Claus, forget about those presents, but don't forget to bring my daddy home on Christmas Eve."
Yeah, you see, that's why I don't like Christmas, bro. Stuff like that, dude. That's sad.
Exactly, dude. I know.
It makes you remember all the things you don't have. It's all the things you're sad about.
I know. That's why you're supposed to count your blessings and count the things you do have. And and you know what you have? Here's what you have. You have a friend named Darren Carter who has a podcast, and I have a feeling this is going to make you happy. I thought this could be a new segment on my podcast. It's called Read the News with Brian Swinehart, a.k.a. Swine Time. You ready for
All right.
I'm going to tell you a news story, and I don't know if you're going to get sad or get happy, but I want your real reaction. Are you ready?
Yep.
Okay, here's a news story. It says, quote, defund the police activist goes viral after begging for help when everything she owned was stolen in San Francisco. Quote, the cops didn't do shit.
That's a win right there, baby. Only thing that would have made that better if it would have happened on Christmas.
Oh my God. Yeah, it says when thieves made off with Darcy Bell's rented U-Haul truck, the San Francisco woman put out a call for help on X. If you see a 26-foot U-Haul trailer with the Arizona plate, blah, 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 8L, would you let me know because it had like everything I own on it? The post went viral.
All right. That's a smooth criminal. We're not into criminals, but that guy, he gets away with it. Let's give him the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah.
And you know what? It's San Francisco, so they are all about crime, so there shouldn't be a punishment for this dude.
I know.
You know?
I'm looking at her profile picture. She's got like a mask on, black frame glasses, and multicolored hair. And her name is Belle, but on Twitter or X, she goes by the name Jerk Cousteau. And she said she will respond to all bad faith arguments with ad hominem attacks, returning fire. And then here's another quote. She says, I haven't found my shit. The cops didn't do shit. U-Haul made me file a effing police report. There's camera all over this city. They haven't done shit. I just want my stuff back.
Well, yeah, you wanted to be funded. How are they going to get your stuff back? I mean, and in the overall scheme of things, there's a lot bigger crime going on than that in San Francisco.
I know.
Being that that's where, a lot of these corrupt politicians come from. So, I say that's a good news story. I'd like to hear more of those stories. I mean, you feel free to call me every day of the week.
Yeah. I'm just here to lift your spirits, pal. I know it's during the holiday.
That gives you into the Christmas. I love Christmas after hearing that story.
So that's good, man. I can picture you and your boy. He'll be sitting on your lap. You'll be reading the newspaper, or just here, son. Darren's going to call us for the podcast. Yeah, Daddy, tell me some more good news. Yeah.
Oh, that is good news. That lady definitely had it coming to her. They don't want the police around until the police can help them, right?
I know.
And, so that's how they are. So that's just that's karma on her end, and a little wake up call, and so good on that guy. That's another reason why I wouldn't want to live in San Francisco.
Yeah, it's a beautiful town though. Let me ask you: have you ever been to San Francisco?
Oh yeah, I've been there a bunch.
Yeah, that's cool, man. And what did you think of it?
I think it kept getting worse each year.
Yeah.
The first time I went to it, I was like, man, this place is cool. And the last time I went to it, I almost stepped in human crap.
Oh, no.
Story.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, on the sidewalk. Just big old clump.
Ooh.
Moved my foot just in time, dude.
Dude, you know what?
So that was...
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was, it's funny, like that, San Francisco was founded, like before Los Angeles, like it was a hub. It was like a major cultural hub of the world, even in back when they were trying to establish Texas and San Francisco was already like there was Texas Rangers that had fought Comanches, and already retired and moved to San Francisco and were like, the mayor and building it up. Remember like the gold rush? I mean, it was a major, I remember, dude, as a kid growing up in Fresno, we had it was in early December and we had a field trip to San Francisco. I was in 5th grade. I was 10 years old. And we got to go to the Palace of Fine Arts. It was this beautiful museum and just seeing San Francisco, and it's windy, and I remember like seeing all these kites at Pier 39, and it was a beautiful city, and just the architecture, and nowadays I don't know, man. I don't really picture people taking field trips to San Francisco.
Well, I mean, if they want to live, they want it.
Yeah. Yeah, man. It's there was an In-N-Out Burger. This made the news near the Oakland airport, and people, travelers would get their rental car. Let's go to In-N-Out Burger. They'd go there, and then people would circle the parking lot, and they have video of it, smashing cars, taking their luggage. And the last time I was at the Oakland airport, and we drove by the In-N-Out Burger, it had closed down, completely closed, because it was just too much crime.
Well, I don't blame them. I mean, I don't blame them. That's what happens. I could go into a rant on that, Darren, but I'll lay off of it because I know your show might not be ready to handle what I would say. But I think that. But I mean, I saw California go down a bad road ever since Gavin Newsom came in. Let's just say that.
I think it's turning around. There was a DA in LA his name is Gascon, and he's the guy that was like, more on the side of the criminals. And apparently he's kicked out, and this new guy, well, hopefully he's already reversed a lot of those things. So, remember you'd see all these videos of just people just going nuts and ham on running into Apple stores and ripping off computers and, Yeah, so it's, I mean, I was listening to these soldiers, and they were talking about like Afghanistan, and they said, man, without like basically like order with police and law, like it just goes crazy. And like he goes, if you got rid of all the cops, it'd be chaos within 10 minutes. Because think about the lowest common denominator of any situation you're ever in, any group, whatever. I mean, they think they can get away with something, they're going to do it, and especially if they're encouraged, it's like it's crazy, Yeah, have you ever gotten stopped by the cops and let go?
Yeah, for driving tickets and stuff like that, if I was, and in my little town, the cops stop people a lot because they don't have anything to do, and a lot of times you're not really doing nothing. They just want to check on you, so.
Hey, what do you think of that when they stop you, pull you over and be like, yeah, I just want to tell you how good of a driver you are, and here's a sticker.
It'll be something minor. Like one time I got pulled over. I was like, "What the heck he pulled me over for?" And then he said I had my front light out, which I actually appreciated because, I didn't know it was out, so he told me so I could go get it fixed. And then when we were teenagers, I feel like we got pulled over a little more because the cops were kind of always wondering what everybody was up to.
Because there's probably a group of kids in a car and they're driving around, and I could see that.
Yeah. So in a way, it's good because that means that they don't have much else going on, and also it means that they're keeping an eye out on things. And as long as they're not charging you for something you didn't do or something like that, then nobody wants to get pulled over. But if you're not getting a ticket out of it, then not really that bad.
Yeah, because they do have those programs, right? They'll pull you over and then be like, "You're a great driver. Here's a gift card for Starbucks," or whatever.
Well, I've never had that happen, but that'd be cool.
Yeah, my friend, he said he got pulled over, and then they gave him his tax returns, and they said, "Have a great day," and he's like, "Dang, it's all part of my white privilege," which is totally stupid, but yeah, it's a joke he does on stage. But and then, what was I going to say? Yeah, I got pulled over. I find that if I'm by myself and if you're very polite, you make the officer, then it, like usually what I do is I roll all my windows down. You roll all the windows down, put the officer at ease. And I've done this before where I'll put it on some really boring music, Oh, give me a home where the buffalo roam. So it's like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You either look like a serial killer or like an honor student, like just an honor roll student.
Put your glasses on too. Don't forget to put your glasses on.
But I turn on my interior light so it's all well lit. The windows are down. Like I put my keys on the dashboard so I'm not going to drive off or something. Just let them know, like, hey man, I'm a team player, bro. I'm on your side. Because I put myself in their shoes. Like, I wouldn't want to walk up to random cars on a busy freeway late at night. Like,
Oh, yeah, that's scary.
Yeah, that is scary. It's like, I don't. All right, here I got another story for you. This is different. Now, this is comedian related. Now, it's a salacious title. They're just trying to get clicks, and it worked because I clicked on it. But it says, Chris Rock storms out angrily in the middle of his comedy set at billionaire's holiday party. And apparently what they were saying is, that's just their opinion, but it says that Chris Rock was hired by billionaire cardboard box magnate for his lavish party attended by many uber-wealthy Australians at the Mandarin Oriental. And it said it was him, comedian Wally Collins, and country singer Keith Urban. They were also hired to perform at the soiree. But in between sets, Chris Rock surprised the VIP crowd. And they said he came out and cracked some jokes. He said, our new push will be out of space. We put all the Mexicans on the rockets. As he joked with the crowd. Which I actually heard Tony Hinchcliffe say that same sort of joke. That Elon Musk is going to combine rockets with the Border Patrol and, sending people back to Tijuana in 29 seconds or whatever. Which is funnier than this Chris Rock one, in my opinion. But they said whatever he saw or thought he saw, it upset him. It said he went momentarily crazy and shouted something like he wasn't supposed to be taped or videoed. He didn't complain. He didn't explain. Didn't do one more minute. And that's just their opinion, but I don't know. So basically, the gist of the question is: can you see someone being upset? Can you see a comedian kind of getting upset with being filmed when he doesn't want to be filmed during a set? And how would you feel if you were being filmed at a billionaire Christmas party?
Well, how much am I getting paid for the set?
Okay, let's say you're getting paid $50 for the set.
Well, okay then. Well, I got taken advantage by what's that company at the Ice House for $50 when I was first starting off. What are they called?
Comedy Time.
Yeah, Comedy Time. Yeah, they took advantage of all of us do comics for $50. So when we were starting off, so I don't know. I've been. Now I bet he was probably getting enough not to be upset. He was probably bombing though. It sounds like a hard crowd. And they probably aren't that impressed with him, because they're already billionaires or whatever. So, I don't know. I guess you wouldn't really want to be filmed, I suppose, but I've had much less gigs where people pull out their phones and I don't really say anything because that's just the way we live in nowadays. What can you do?
Yeah, so, it's funny. I agree. Like I've seen Chris Rock years ago. He was at the Improv and somebody was filming. They had like a big old camera, and he noticed it and he goes, turn that camera to the side, turn it to the side, and then they turned it to the side and he's like, and he was like, thank you. Like I don't want to be filmed. Thank you. So I could kind of see him not wanting to be filmed. And also I could say what you just described, because I did a private party once for some architects, and same thing. They're millionaires and billionaires, I'm sure, or at least millionaires. And it was really difficult. And then I was on a podium. They had a podium, and the podium's hard because the mic is only about 2 feet. You know what I mean? Like it doesn't really, you're kind of stuck behind the podium. And then everybody was, eating their wine and cheese and drinking their wine, eating their cheese. And there was a giant dance floor between me and them. And that was a gig I did strictly for the money. And very few people were even paying attention to the performers. And that would be terrible if it was being filmed. But usually I just roll with the punches. You know, you just roll with it, you know.
Yeah, I mean, so maybe he was worried about if it's filming and it's like one of those tough gigs that'll make you look bad. But, you know, you got to kind of think about this stuff before you take the gig, though.
Yeah. I'm looking
or you have to have it written out in your contract. You know, somebody like him could easily have it written out. Hey, nobody's allowed to film.
Yeah, I think a lot of times they do that, but then just random people are excited. And they're like, well, they whip out their cameras. I don't know. It's better to go with it because you can't, you know what I mean? I remember one time these three blondes were in the front row and they were all filming me. And I thought, and this is back when I tried to put the kibosh on it. It's probably like 12 years ago. And I was like, hey, can you not film me? And then the lady, she goes, oh, get over yourself. We're not filming you. We're taking a selfie.
Oh, man.
Yeah, that was even worse. Like they were filming themselves.
Yeah. That figures.
Hey, I'm looking at a picture of this billionaire that held the party, the cardboard box magnate, and his outfit is something else. He's got a pink blazer, and it says 100% recyclable material, and he's got looks like pink trousers, and then it's a different shade of trousers, and then his shoes look like, to me it looks like they're like some kind of weird like canvas looking tan khaki colored Crocs. Yeah, it's weird, right? Like I could see a poor person dressing like that or a billionaire dressing like that.
Yeah. Well, got $1 billion. It don't really matter what you wear.
Right? I know. So what are you doing right now? So you're on your way. So let's catch the people up to speed. Brian recently did 2 episodes. He's 45 years old. He's joined the wrestling team. He's gone back to college. What's it like going back to college, man?
Well, you know, I'm getting like all A's except maybe 1 B or, you know, pretty much A's and B's. So the schooling is like, it's kind of fun. Some of the technology stuff is kind of hard for me to stay up on because things change, but the classes aren't too hard. It's kind of weird being in school with everybody younger because then you kind of forget you're that much older than everybody, and maybe they don't really even pay attention. I don't know, but like, you know, I'll be sitting in there like, dang, I was like already doing comedy shows before some of these kids were born, you know?
Yeah.
So, and then, but I'm having fun. I'm having the time of my life, honestly.
Do you look around at the kids' fashion and do you feel like you're out of fashion? Because I remember when I was in community college, when I was a kid, you know, like 18, 19, 20, that age, you'd always see the old dudes that were like dressed old style. And I don't know what that means now, but I'm just curious. Do you look at their clothes and your clothes and you're like, damn it, we're definitely 2 different styles?
Well, honestly, they aren't very good dressers, in my opinion. So a lot of the kids wear like sweatpants and stuff like that, and I guess I wear sometimes sweatpants too because, you know, I have practice after school, so after my classes, so I'll be kind of dressed like that. I think that, I don't know if this is me just back in my day, but I think when I was in college, the first time around, because I went to college for like a year before I left when I was 19. The kids then dressed up a little more. Like we kind of dressed as if we were going to a nightclub, you know, like nice to impress people, you know. And then at least we would wear like kind of better clothes. Now I feel like the dressing has gotten worse. Like I don't feel like I'm that much not dressed appropriately because I don't think they're really dressing that great.
Right. Oh, that's kind of like how society is. Like people, you see them at the airport with the pajamas and the Crocs and the neck pillows and.
Oh yeah. Oh, some of these kids walk in. There's a couple of these girls. They walk into the class, and I'm like, dude, what the heck are you wearing? Crocs, pajamas? I'm like, who the heck? I'm like, I hope she's getting some cats because ain't no man gonna be going for that. You know what I'm saying?
Are any of the girls dressing sexy for college?
I would say no, not that I saw.
So,
now, I'm not really looking because I'm that much older, but
right.
I would say no. I would say no.
So I don't see.
I'd say their moms are probably dressing more provocative than them.
Oh, wow. So my wife picks up my son from high school, and she was telling me that she'll see people with, basically looking like they're wearing bras, like just walking out in public with like all their belly showing and they're a lot of skin showing. So maybe in high school, they try to really show off. And then in college, they're like, I'm over that. I'm not wearing, I don't know. Is that?
Well, it could be. This is like a smaller school too. So, I don't know.
And also, on a side note, from what I've heard is just because they're showing skin doesn't mean that it's, you know what I mean? It's like some people are just like, I'm proud of my body, all 500 pounds of it.
Oh yeah.
So I think that's kind of
Some people are just they're just out there. I mean, maybe it helps them dressing that way to show all their skin, so you'll eat less because it'll be like scare you.
So they're doing their part for society.
Yeah, it's usually these ones. It's funny because in my life I've met a lot of beautiful women, probably more than most people have, and.
Dude,
anyways,
real quick, guys, if you're interested, and I know you are, Brian Swinehart is penning a novel. He's penning his first erotic novel.
Yeah.
Of different stories.
It'll be out sometime next year in 2025.
Yeah. So, is it a family friendly novel? Can the whole family gather around and read it?
No, that's partly why it's been taking me so long to write, because I'm like, well, I don't know if I want to finish this because my mom's going to want to read it and I don't want her to read it.
There I was. It was December in California. I was lonely. I was hanging out near a Christmas tree. A lady came up and said, "Hey, Merry Christmas." I said, "I'm a snowman. You want to see my snowballs? Hey." One thing led to another. I said, "Santa ain't the only one coming this Christmas."
Hey.
There's a free chapter for you. Did you ever hook up with any women back when you were single during the holidays at a Christmas party or in December?
Oh, yeah, pretty much any time. But, I wanted to get to what I was saying, though, is that this girl I once knew who dressed kind of provocative but looked good told me that, and I kind of actually agree with her on this. She said, it's not really fair. She says, if I dress like this, people will call me, slut or something like this. But if a big girl dresses like this, they won't say anything about that. And I was like, ooh, that is pretty fair. It's kind of like true.
That is true.
They're not going to say, they'll say, oh, wow, look at her. That's so empowering. But if a girl that weighs 120 pounds dresses like that with nice figure, they'll say, oh, wow, they'll just start trashing her.
Yeah, you know what? There's a guy I know that he's a comedian, and his name is Jack Cohen. He was one of the head writers on The Tonight Show. I don't know how old he is. We'll just say he's in his 60s, and he's very in shape. He's thin in shape. He said he's had the same pant size, waist size since high school. Like he's always maintained his trimness, his fitness. And he said he never gets any credit from it. Never. He goes, it'd be better if I lost, I lost 100 pounds, but then they'd give him his accolades. But just because he's maintained this whole time, no one really gives him any props.
Yeah, that's a fair statement. And he should be getting props for that.
Or what about people who never drink alcohol in their whole life? They never get props, but if someone's like, I'm 4 years sober, it's like,
Yeah.
I get more prop. But I do get it, though, in a sense, now that I've lived life a little. I mean, both people should get props, but I mean, people that let that bottle, like that battle with the bottle can just be hell, man. It's
tough, dude, with that. But yeah, I think that people should be getting credit for if they're able to avoid alcohol their whole life, man. That's pretty impressive.
That is. Okay, I got another thing for you. Okay, there's a I'm gonna. These are some silly dad jokes I found, and let's see what you think. Okay, here we go. I saw a brunette walking her dogs. I asked, "What are your dogs' names?" She said, "Calvin and Klein." I said, "Isn't that a brand of underwear?" She said, "Yes. These dogs are boxers."
Okay, that's good. Okay.
Let's see if we'll call this segment "If You Were Desperate, Would You Ever Use This Joke?" Okay. Here we go.
Well, no, but okay.
Yeah.
Well, maybe if I had to do a kid's birthday party.
Yeah. Yeah. Think of it like that. So you never know. It's always good to have a clean joke in your back pocket. Do you have a clean joke in your back pocket?
Well, not like that.
You know what? Let's find you a clean joke for your act in case you have to do a Christmas party of all things. They're like, okay, we're gonna have you do the cardboard box magnets holiday party next year. Chris Rock walked out, but we want Brian Swinehart, Swine Time. We're gonna pay you $250,000 to come in and do 10 minutes, but you got to keep it clean.
Yeah, I would do that. Hell yeah.
What about this one? What has dozens of balls and screws whole states or countries once a week?
Dozens of balls, screws, states and countries a week.
You want the answer? A lottery.
Ooh, that's true. That's true. That's good. That's good.
Yeah, dude, I'm not into the lottery. I'm not into it. I've never played it, and I don't plan on it.
Good for you.
I'm just not good. Here, I'm thinking of a number between 1 and 50. What's that number? See if you can get within 3.
45.
Nope, you got 2 more guesses.
20.
You got 1 more guess.
Let's see. 12.
Nope, it was 25. See? What if that was what if you just spent money? We'll do it one more time. I'll make it easier on you. I'm thinking of a number between 1 and 20. You have to get within 2 digits of it. 1 and 20, and I'm writing down my number. Go.
10.
Boom, you got it. It was 11. Winner.
Yes.
You're back in.
I'm back in. Well, you know what? I had a strategy that time. I picked 10 because it was halfway in between.
Oh, yeah, that's good. That's good. All right, here we go.
Yeah.
My boss called me on my day off and asked me to come in because they were short-staffed. I said, hire taller people, and hung up.
Brilliant. Good idea.
How about this joke? I thought I was going to be arrested for selling dead batteries, but there were no charges.
Oh, that was clever.
Yeah, these are dumb.
Yeah.
I don't like these jokes. These would get you...
Yeah, I mean...
I think you'd get...
Well, they would get you booed off a real stage.
You get booed off a real stage, and then you'd have to actually pay the billionaire $250,000 for showing up with that garbage.
I mean, that's cheese, but I mean, it's clean.
Yeah. You know what I got the other day, man? I was walking. I was on my walk, and I was out there and I walked past a Trader Joe's. And I hadn't been in Trader Joe's in a while, and I was like, oh, let me go in there, and they have a thing, and I bought it. It's called cookie mug hangers, and it's these little gingerbread men, and they position their arms. You could put them at the end on top of your cookie mug or your coffee mug, and I got to tell you, man, they really put you in that Christmas spirit. And it was only $2.99.
That's a bargain
for a pack of gingerbread cookies. Do you like any Christmas cookies or Christmas candy?
I like gingerbread cookies. That sounds good. I like. I don't really like the one you used to. What is that? It's like a sucker, but I don't like that one. You know, it looks like a candy cane. Oh, candy cane. Yeah.
Dude, you hate Christmas so much you forgot what a candy cane was called.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like a sucker that's like a cookie. It's a candy cane.
Here they have one called Buckeyes. It looks like it's chocolate with peanut butter in. That's good.
Ooh, that sounds really good.
Those are awesome. That's probably my favorite. And of course, any kind of home cookies that people make, I like those.
That's good. They I got to tell you a funny story. I got a gift card recently, and it was do you like gift cards, or do you not like gift cards?
I mean, I'll definitely take the gift card. Now I take cash over it, but a gift card's good. Cash one, gift card two.
Yeah, cash is great. Amazon's great because they have anything you want on Amazon pretty much. And then it starts narrowing down when you start getting to a specific store, right? Well, every now and then we'll get gift cards from out of state relatives, and they give us gift cards not knowing that their gift card is kind of for regional stores. So I'm like, we don't even have any of these nearby. The closest one, but my wife is, she'll say, here's, when you travel, try this gift card, or, so I've done that before. I'll go to some random, state like in Texas or something and be like, do you guys have a Qdobo's here, or just some weird store I never heard of or whatever? And, so I got one recently. It was a gift card, and it was, by the time I got around to going there, because it's out of town, get this, it was a going out of business store. The store was going out of business. So there was very little.
Oh, man.
I know, dude. I get there and it was like, wow, like they had belts, but all the belts were way too little, like for size, like 22 waists. All the shoes were way too big for like size 16 and up. Like all the major normal basic sizes were all like picked through already.
Wow.
So it was kind of fun. I know, it's kind of fun. Like, okay, what can I do? I've got to use this gift card. So I finally found a couple of things, and I made it work. But it was actually pretty fun to go in there and figure. It was like a puzzle, It's like a mission, like a game.
Yeah, that's cool, man. So you found something at the end there.
Yeah, I found something really cool. I found a nice hoodie made by Wrangler. It looks really classy. If you could believe it or not, it does. It's a Wrangler classy hoodie. And I found some rain boots in case, it rains. And I still want to exercise and get out there in the mud, the blood, and the beer. That's a Johnny Cash lyric. And
okay.
there was one more thing I got. I forgot what it was, but it was one more thing that was, a bolo. I got a bolo. Because I love my bolo ties. So I got that. They actually sell. That's the first thing I walked in. I go, hey, do you happen to sell bolos? And there were 2 bolos left. He said, yeah, some guy came in and grabbed all of them and bought them. He goes, I think he's trying to resell them. And I go, and so I looked at the final 2, and one of them was really sharp. So I got another bolo for the Darren Carter bolo collection.
That's cool, man.
Yeah, dude. When you have a thing, it's easier to like shop for yourself or have people buy. You know what I mean? Like if you're into like a sports team, like. If you just want to be a lazy Christmas giver, like if someone's into like the Lakers, I'll just give them some Lakers gear. If they're into like a certain TV show or genre, or, like my son loves heavy metal. So we know like, he's going to love certain heavy metal group things, and me, I'm into like bolo ties and Western clothes, anything like that is like, oh, cool, man. I can, it's kind of before when you don't have a thing, people don't know what to get you. So it's like, like your thing, if I were to buy you something, I'd be like, he likes wrestling, and I don't know. I don't know what else you would like.
Are you gonna buy me a singlet? You gonna get me a singlet for Christmas, Darren?
Oh yeah, I saw your new picture. You have a picture of you wearing a singlet. Like, I bet, guys, if you don't know what a singlet is, it looks like a onesie for men. Dude, what was it like putting that singlet back on?
It was tight.
Dude, I didn't zoom in or look or anything. Do you have to wear a cup when you wrestle or no cup?
No, you don't have to. I actually think you can get hit more when you're wearing a cup. So I think you don't. You're not really getting knee, or you're not supposed to be getting kneed in the nuts. But every now and again, you get hit in the nuts.
Damn, that hurts. Even just a graze hurts sometimes. Just a little tap.
Oh, graze hurts. Yeah.
Yeah, man. I think I'd probably wear like 2 or 3 pairs of underwear just to kind of tighten things up down there, and like, so it's not really a cup, but it's like a,
extra protection.
Yeah. At least was your belly sticking out too much in the singlet? I didn't really look. I just noticed that you were wearing a singlet.
No, it's not too bad.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good. Can you imagine? That would actually be funnier. A 45-year-old out of shape guy trying to be on the wrestling team with like a big old beer gill, Billy.
mean, I'm not shredded by any means in those pictures, but it could be worse.
I know. Dude, we went to Cracker Barrel the other day, and I love Cracker Barrel, but I got to be honest, this was the first time the experience wasn't the best. Usually it's like, I mean, I'll say it like this: Cracker Barrel pancakes, top notch. I love Cracker Barrel pancakes. I should have got Cracker Barrel pancakes, eggs, bacon. That's what I should have got. But I went with the chicken fried steak, and it wasn't that good. You know, I enjoyed it, but it wasn't that good. My wife absolutely did not like hers. Hers was a lot like it was kind of, I don't know. It was kind of greasy and watery and not delicious. But I love Cracker Barrel. Do you ever get to go to Cracker Barrel out there?
Oh yeah, it's all over the place.
What's your Cracker Barrel go-to item that you would order?
I don't really know. I guess just the regular breakfast, pancakes and eggs, and I like their biscuits and gravy. So,
dude, oh yeah, the biscuits were good, and the gravy was good. And by the way, but see, that's the thing. Yesterday, my wife made, man, the food. I'm like, this food's better than Cracker Barrel, and she made.
Oh yeah,
dude, my wife made meatloaf. The meatloaf was out of this world, and she made mashed potatoes. So mashed potatoes with some special seasoning, meatloaf. I was like, this is great, And I bought the pancake mix because you can get the pancake mix to go, so you can make Cracker Barrel pancakes in your own home.
Oh, that's amazing.
It is. Is your son's name? Is it private, or do you want to say your son's name?
Well, I'll wait till he's born.
Okay, that sounds good. Sounds like a plan.
Yeah,
I like it, man. Dude, I remember naming a kid. That's exciting. I'm happy for you. I remember when we were naming Austin. You're going through all the different names, and then you might think of a name, and you're like, that reminds me of that one person I didn't really like, so I don't want to name him that name. And
yeah, that's what I'm thinking. It's like not very much used.
Yeah, that's good. You guys went deep.
Yeah, well, we went deep. I mean, I think I kind of did most of the name choosing because my woman's from another country, and she just said C to what I chose. So
yeah, Did you pick an American name or a Spanish name, or do you even want to say?
Oh, it's more American. We want him to be Americanized. He's going to learn Spanish too.
Dude, that's cool. Oh yeah, you could probably learn. Are you learning more Spanish?
A little bit, but not a whole lot. Because if I go there, I start learning a little better when I go there. But
yeah, I wonder if I know a little bit more Spanish than you. You're going to pass me up, but do you know? I'll say a few words before we end the podcast. But if I'll say some words, and you let me know if you know what they mean. Caliente.
Does that mean hot?
I believe so. Yes. Zapatos.
I know Robert Zapata.
Yeah, Zapatos means shoes, and his name is Robert Zapata, and his American name is Bob Shoe.
Okay.
Do you know camisa?
No.
I think that means shirt.
Okay.
Shirt. Do you know what Donde está la biblioteca?
Biblioteca? Something about technology?
No, I think it means where's the library? Donde está la biblioteca? Like leave.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And then last one. Do you know what rojo means?
No.
It means red.
Oh.
Rojo.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they used to call me Peli Rojo, and I think that means redhead. And then gallo,
Okay.
gallo is rooster.
Gallo.
Do you know what feliz? Do you know what this means? Feliz Navidad.
Merry Christmas.
Yeah. Merry Christmas to you. I got you to say it finally.
Yeah.
Anyways, Brian, dude, thanks for coming on the podcast, man. Pocket Party. And where can people find you? On Instagram? Is that where they can see?
Instagram, Brian Swinehart. You can see some clips of my wrestling career. And
stand-up comedy clips on Instagram and on his YouTube channel.
Yeah, my YouTube for sure. Brian Swinehart.
Dude, I love it, man. Keep working on your documentary that you guys are filming. I'm looking forward to seeing it, and your erotic novel.
Yeah, dude. I mean, that's gonna really spice up the world.
Oh yeah, and then you can have the Spanish version and just take over the Latin countries. You know what I mean, with your crazy tales of your erotic adventures.
I mean, it'd probably be even better in Spanish.
That's true. Then your mom couldn't read it.
Good idea.
Yeah, dude. How do you get maybe you got to release this erotic novel, but don't let your mom know that it's out there on the market. You know what I mean? Don't have it sold in any bookstores within your county.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's so erotic. I don't think every bookstore is going to take it, so that might be possible.
Right on, man. Where does it start, this erotic novel? Like what?
Miami, Florida.
Damn. And where does it end? Does it end in Miami, Florida too?
Well, no, I think it's going to end with me having a baby, dude. So that's
yeah, that's hilarious, dude. I can't wait to read this erotic novel. Maybe I can do the voice for it. Hire me to do the voiceover for it. I'll do the audio version.
Okay.
Do you want me to do my own voice, a crazy voice, or your voice?
Well, I mean, if we do my voice, it should probably just be me doing my voice, right? But I don't know. It seemed like people like to make money off my voice, so you can do it, you know?
Oh, yeah. You could be like... Dude, that sounds... Yeah, I don't know. That sounds kind of creepy. Like, what if it was like... What if you had someone write it for you? An erotic novel as told to, and then some other guy has to write down all your horny stories. There I was. I was in Miami, Florida. A hurricane was a-coming. I went outside of a Starbucks. I saw 3 ladies taking a selfie. They were having a muffin. I said, hey, hey. Anyways, I don't want to do any spoiler alerts, but it ends with him having a baby.
Oh, man, I know. Who would have thought?
I know, dude. Hey, man, this is great. It's always great catching up with you, man. And you guys, have a great rest of your day, my friend.
You too, buddy. I'll talk to you later.
You got it. All right. Look at you. Look at you. You made it all the way through. Man, this was a lot of fun. I hope you guys enjoyed the podcast. And if you did, do me a favor, leave some comments, some thumbs ups, and share it and let people know what you're thinking. All right, guys. Have a great rest of your day. Merry Christmas.
Everybody listen to Darren Carter. We all know he's the party starter. So if you want to listen to a podcast for free, then listen to The Pocket Party.